you guys want to talk about disappointing. So there's this company called Electimus, and everybody and their grandmother has been hyping this company, their fragrances, and I was at a point where I really wasn't interested in purchasing a whole bunch of overpriced or high priced fragrances. It's just my personal opinion. But I was curious about the fragrances and I wanted to try them out. So, being that I am a subscriber to two different websites or subscription websites for fragrances, one is Lux SB or Luxury Scent Box, and the other is Royalty Scents. I decided to give Electimus Trajan a try. And let's just say I am not happy at all. Stay tuned. First off, I want to say I hope everyone is having a great weekend. This is Saturday when I'm making this video. And with that being said, I hope you all are smelling fabulous. But let's get to it. Now, I've heard so many things about this company called Electimus, and I was curious. I'm not gonna lie. I've come to a point in my fragrance journey where it's not about how much money you spend just to smell good. And that now, not everybody, not all of us are in this to have the best collection, the best looking collections, or to brag about how much you've spent on a fragrance. Not all of us are gurus, or what do you want to call it? We're not all connoisseurs of fragrance, for lack of a better word. Some of us just want to smell good. And spending $235 on a fragrance that smells, to me, this is my personal opinion, just like something else that's on the market that is actually higher priced in most cases than this one, they can have it. But Trajan by the House of Electimus is the one I chose to try for this specific month. And with Royalty Scents and Lux SB or Luxury Scent Box, you can set a calendar and pick and choose what fragrances you want to receive each month. And Electimus Trajan was one I chose for this specific month. And even though I read the note breakdown of the fragrance, it doesn't give me a sense of what it smelled like. So I was just curious. I went ahead and put it on, and I received it actually today that I'm making this video. I got it earlier out of the mailbox, and I was excited. So you can see how I just ripped the package open and I sprayed it on my hand, and you can still see a little bit of that sheen that's on it. It's been on my hand for at least an hour and a half or so, and when I sprayed it on my hand, my head went back and my eyes rolled in the top of my head, and I was like, not again. Now, although my girlfriend liked it, it did fill up the room when I sprayed it on my hand. She also said it. She was like, it smells good, but it smells like something you already have or have had before. And I said the same thing. I was like, yeah, I was sitting here thinking about it, and it instantly came to me as soon as I smelled it on my hand. The fragrance that I'm mentioning that this is in comparison to, or a clone of, in my personal opinion, is Baccarat Rouge 540. This has that same sugar, that crystallized sugary sweetness to it that Baccarat Rouge 540 has. Now, doesn't matter which one to me you're referring to, whether it's the original, whether it's the Parfum, the Extrait de Parfum, whatever the case may be. I don't know how many variations of it are out there. I only had one, and that was the original. But that same crystallized sugary sweetness that Baccarat Rouge 540 has, Electimus Trajan has. There are other reviewers out there like Justin Copeland, who's done a review on the same fragrance, and he called it the Baccarat Rouge 540 killer. And although you can say that, if you already have Baccarat Rouge 540, I don't see a need for you to pick up Electimus Trajan. Trust me. For those of you who don't have Baccarat Rouge 540 and you're one of those who want to spend $235 on this fragrance, then go right ahead. I'm not stopping anyone from doing it. I'm not a pocket watcher. I don't care what other people do with their money. I'm just saying, me personally, I will not spend $235 on a full bottle of this when I've already had the original Baccarat Rouge 540, in which I didn't pay full price for that. I got it from another person that sells their own blends, and they didn't need that bottle of fragrance anymore, so they sold it to me. But I have another clone of Baccarat Rouge 540, which suffices for me, and it didn't cost 15, 20, maybe $25, if that. So I'm fine with that. But for those of you who are interested in this fragrance, that's why I'm doing this video. Now, this was a 2020 release, and this is a unisex fragrance. And being that I said Baccarat Rouge 540, in which there are a lot of guys who won't wear Baccarat Rouge 540 because it's so unisex. For some men, it to them tends to lean more feminine than it does masculine, but I don't mind wearing it. You have notes up top such as blood orange, mandarin orange, lemon, and bergamot, in which the opening, it does have that Baccarat Rouge 5. That does die down. Now, it does still smell like Baccarat Rouge 540, but you get more of the citrus up top. It's a strong citrus that you're going to get along with that kind of crystallized, sugary vibe. Very bright, very sweet. You get a mid note or mid notes of saffron, lavender, and sage. Base notes of ambergris, oak moss, and cedar. I don't get a lot of those other notes, guys. I mainly just get up top the blood orange, mandarin orange, lemon, and the bergamot, which gives you that bright, citrusy, kind of fruity, sweet vibe. The ambergris, yes. Maybe a little bit of the cedar, but the oak moss I don't pick up personally with my nose. The sage and lavender and saffron I don't really pick up. I mostly just get that sweet Baccarat Rouge 540 vibe. That's about all I get. It's very nice. I love Baccarat Rouge 540, just not enough to buy a bottle at full price. Maybe if I can find, I'll say you, I won't say me, but if you can find Trajan by Electimus or Baccarat Rouge 540, the real deal, on another site, full bottle presentation at a decent price, go for it. But I'm not going to sit here and tell people who watch my channel just for advice on where to get their fragrances for at a discounted price or a better price. I'm not going to tell them to do that. Now, you can go to Royalty Scents and get this lipstick atomizer decant, 9 ml, I believe it is. And this is like a month supply. Depends on how much you spray and how often you use it. I personally don't wear my fragrances back to back to back like that. I may wear this, say, tomorrow, and then I won't touch it again for weeks or months until I get the urge to wear it or there's some kind of occasion for it. But for the most part, This is all I need, guys. I don't need anything else. And like I said, I have a clone of Baccarat Rouge 540 already, which is good enough for me. But this is definitely a lot more wearable. If you get that sickening kind of vibe from the sweetness from Baccarat Rouge 540, then you won't get it from this. This is not that sickening. This is not headache inducing, as some people would say about Baccarat Rouge 540. But all in all, guys, not a bad scent. I was just highly personally disappointed. My first choice from the House of Electimus, I picked this, and it ended up smelling like another popular fragrance that I already have or have had before. So right now, I'm highly disappointed, but I will try another one just to see what else they have to offer. If you've had any dealings with the House of Electimus besides Trajan, let me know in the comment section. What do you guys recommend? Obviously, I'm going with a decant. So if I can't find a decant of it on one of my fragrance website subscription websites, then I'm definitely not going to purchase a full bottle of it. But if I can find it somewhere else, then definitely let me know. And I'm out of here, guys. Here is to smelling great.